We turn our attention now to the crisis in the Mideast. Timothy Cardinal Dolan arrived in Israel from New York just a couple of hours ago, and he's already making headlines, telling our Josh Einiger just as he arrived that he'll be meeting with the Israeli president and the Palestinian Authority president during his trip. Josh got that exclusive interview live during Eyewitness News this morning at 10. He's live now for us from Jerusalem. Josh?
Sandra, greetings from Jerusalem. The Cardinal did make some news there. We'll get to that in a second. The sun is now setting here. It's 7 p.m., the beginning of Shabbat here in Israel. A holy weekend that should be restful, but there is a decided amount of unease here across the state of Israel because the whole region is waiting right now to see Iran's next move in this ever-widening conflict. At a speech marking the end of Ramadan this week, Iran's supreme leader vowed Israel must be punished for its attack on an Iranian embassy compound in Syria, saying it was like attacking Iranian soil. Public rhetoric like that has this whole region on high alert, high enough for the U.S. State Department to bar its Israel-based personnel from leaving the metro areas of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Even though there has been reporting in the Israeli press that Iran, through back channels, has indicated to the U.S. that its retribution would not escalate this wider conflict here in the Middle East. But of course, things here are ever harder to predict. And it was into this cauldron of unease that a familiar face touched down today. As you said, Sandra, Cardinal Timothy Dolan arrived for a week-long visit, highlighting and supporting Catholic-based relief efforts here. He also told me he would take separate meetings with the president of the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas, in Ramallah, and the president of Israel, Isaac Herzog. The Cardinal taking great pains to lend support to both sides of this bloody war.
One answer is to keep away from the extremes. So you got the extreme of Hamas, who literally want the extermination of Israel and Jewish people. There's one vicious extreme, okay? On the other hand, you got extremes that now want to get rid of Palestinians. Both of those extremes we have to avoid, don't we? It's sort of like straddling the Jordan River. You know what? We're trying to bring some sense of peace and security. The answer to that, I don't know. I know one of the answers, what it's not, is to listen to these extremes. Those voices got to be dulled.
The Cardinal will also be meeting with the family members of hostages. Remember, there are still more than 130 people being held hostage, more than 30 of them believed to have been killed in captivity and whose bodies have still not yet been returned. The Cardinal will be meeting with families of some of those hostages as well. And the hostages issue is still an enormous one here across Israel. Just this morning, we saw this vigil right outside the Prime Minister's official residence. About 50 people were there. There is great discontent growing with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A lot of Israelis feel that his prosecution of this war has done little to bring the hostages home and has worsened Israel's image around the world and risen anti-Semitism around the world. We spoke to one Israeli who is from Monmouth County, New Jersey, who says Netanyahu has basically done Hamas's work for it.
I think the vast majority of Israelis are no longer behind him. Even those who would be behind him politically think that he's a colossal failure and that he doesn't care about what's going on. The fact that the hostages are still there and it's not on the primary agenda of the Israeli government, even though they may say it is, even though they may claim that that's what's important to them, it's not. They've created a mess. They've created a mess for years upon years, and now we're all going to suffer from the mess that this government's created.
A very difficult time here in Israel, of course, with growing unease about the state of the situation with Iran, as a country takes a break for the Sabbath, but wonders desperately what will come next. We are live in Jerusalem. Josh Einiger, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.